Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The title for today's lesson is Diode as Rectifier. Process of converting alternating current. Okay, look here. This is alternating current into direct current is known as rectification. Because we know that some electrical appliances requires direct current, so we need to convert it first. Now, look at this. This is diode. As we have learned earlier, diode, the function of diode is to allow current to flow in one direction only. This is current. And it does not allow current to flow in the opposite direction. This is not allowed for diode. Okay, the next thing we need to know is this. This is AC input, and we put AC input here. Okay, for AC input, we have positive part and we have negative part here. So for this one, this is known as first half cycle, and this is known as second half cycle. So for the first and second half cycle, we have one oscillation, and the next one is the third half cycle, and so on. Okay, for the first half cycle, so voltage is positive. Now we go back here. For first half cycle, this is positive and this is negative. So current will flow from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, it will pass through the diode and will move on across the resistor and go back to power supply. So when current flows through the resistor, there will be a voltage across the resistor here, and the voltage is measured by CRO, and it is displayed here, and the display can be seen over here. So when current flows through the resistor, the CRO will measure voltage. Okay, here's the voltage for the first half cycle. Here's the output. So you can see here the voltage for input and output is the same. Okay, you can see the same output. Okay, let us look at second half cycle. So for second half cycle, this terminal becomes negative and this one becomes positive. So current should flow backward. However, as I told you earlier, current cannot flow in opposite direction. So there is no current flow. So when there is no current flow through this resistor, CRO cannot measure any voltage. So the voltage is 0 for second half cycle. And for the third half cycle, okay, the same thing happens as the first half cycle. So we have output over here. Okay, now I'm going to draw this output again over here. Okay, try to compare this diagram and this diagram. So the difference is we have a capacitor here. So what is the function of capacitor? The function is to store charge. So let us go back as usual. The first one, for the first half cycle, current flows in this direction. Now it flows both paths. Okay, one of them will charge the capacitor, and the other one, the other current will flow through the resistor. Okay, so current, also the voltage will be measured. Okay, will be measured by CRO. However, when the voltage from input decreases over here, okay, when the voltage of input decreases, the voltage of output does not decrease the same way as the input, but it will slowly discharge like this. Okay, now why this happens is because this capacitor store charges, so it has certain value of voltage, and the voltage is measured by CRO. So here's the voltage, this one. The voltage actually represents the voltage of the capacitor. So the output of CRO is something like that. So during the third half cycle, over here, the same thing happens. Then the capacitor will be charged again, so the voltage will increase again. And then when voltage of input decreases over here, the same thing happens. The voltage of capacitor slowly decreases. So you can compare this one. You can compare this one, and this one. So we can see this one is better because it's almost the same as voltage of a battery, because we know voltage of a battery should be a straight line like this. Okay, so that is the what we call half-wave rectification.